Hello and welcome to Banking Frontiers Live. We are in for one more very interesting conversation with a leader from the financial services sector. And today we are going to chat on the area of microfinance with a very distinguished leader who is Mr. Sadaf Sayeed, who is the CEO of Muthoot Microfinance. Hello, Sadaf. Welcome to Banking Frontiers Live.
Hello, pleasure to be here.
Great. So Sadaf has a very strong and very interesting organization behind him with a very strong legacy of over 150 years of existence in the market. And it is a real pleasure to have an organization which is into rural microfinance. And we are going to learn a lot about what the rural microfinance market is all about and a little bit about how the business is looking forward in the coming future. So let us start with something very interesting. You come with an organization which has got so much of interesting legacy, and you have been uh, promoting a lot of interesting things in the last few months, especially those challenging months when we have had a lot of challenges to face. So, how has it been for Muthoot Finance? How have you helped the society on one side, on the other side, kept the business afloat in that last few months and have thrived in that business?
Yeah, thanks a lot. As you have said, we bring in with a legacy of 130 years plus. The group which I represent, Muthoot Papachin Group, has been there in this business for a very, very long time. And if you look at our core kind of businesses, we are into gold finance, we are into affordable housing, we are into microfinance, and we are into two-wheeler finance. These are the core NBFCs that contributes almost 95% of the revenue of the group. So all of these are focused at the bottom of the pyramid. So we feel that our niche is in that area. We want to serve to the common man. If you look at our vision statement, also we want to be at the doorstep of a common man, satisfying him with the immediate needs. So this is an area which is very close to our heart, and we have been working in this sphere for a very long time. And we have always kind of seen that rural economy is more resilient and more tenacious, and they come back and restart their businesses. So this is nothing which is surprising to us. We have seen in during this pandemic also that people have kind of come back and restarted their work despite all the adversities that we have faced across. And now that the second wave is a little bit more intense, we are very confident that rural economy will bounce back. The fundamental is that rural area is in need of credit support, and they value the services that we are offering. So they will continue to kind of retain that relationship and support us. So we believe that this is our niche. And also being in this area, we have learned over the period of time that it's a very, very kind of a user intensive business where you have to have that feeling, that understanding of the rural market, and it's a very touch and feel business. Because now that there are a lot of technologies are at play, but since early days it was all completely dependent on the personal relationship and our ability to reach out to the customer. So, for example, our parent company has around 3,600 branches all across India. We have around 755 branches across India. So, the idea of creating that footprint was really to be at the doorstep of people, and we should be the first call alternative for those people who want to kind of create, who want some sort of an access. And apart from that, we believe that it is a people's business on the customer side also, and on the services side also. Our financial services are offered through people. Our employees are usually coming from the same households that we are serving. We have a workforce of around 25,000 employees across the group. Investment in people, maintaining relationships with the clients, and ensuring that we are always there to serve them in difficult times, that has kind of helped us come through this.
In fact, I was also reading that about 2,500 crores worth of disbursements has been done by your group, especially in the rural microfinance area in the last, 1 year's time. which indeed is a remarkable achievement when the NBFCs all over the world have been crying about, lack of capital or lack of credit offtake and things like that. So, how did you manage this? And of course, you said that you have already risen your staff strength by about 37%, which is also a very interesting thing. So, is there a connect between both this?
Yes, absolutely. So we have disbursed around 2,700 crores last year. And last year, as you would know, it was a little bit shortened year because of lockdown and the moratorium that was offered by RBI. So during that period, we were not operating normally. So considering that we disburse almost, and I'm talking about only Muthoot Microfinance, which disburse around 4,300 crores of loan a year, 2,700 in 6 months is still a kind of a growth if you look at annual kind of rate of growth. That rural customers need cash flow in their businesses to kind of revive their businesses. And this has been our learning from a very, very long time. That the savings and all those assets in among the rural households are very limited. They generally like to save in gold, and what they need is a little cash flow support to revive their business, and that is what we have done. But what our customer needed was additional working capital to ensure that their cycle remains and they continue to kind of grow. So that is what we have done with this 2,700 crores of disbursements last year. We have around 1.8 million customers. To cater to this client base, we needed more staff because no longer a center meeting, which was a core concept of microfinance, was conducive to be conducted.
Interesting. And in the lending business, one of the most important aspect is your NPA management. And in this current scenario, when the industry is looking at the possibility of heavy NPAs, how have you been faring in that?
Yeah, I think that's a very pertinent question. During the first wave, when the lockdown was announced, and this was something which was first in lifetime kind of an event, and something like a moratorium which has happened for a first time, everybody was very apprehensive. So we were also very apprehensive that what would be the outcome, and essentially the nature of loan that we are giving is an unsecured loan. But we had a very strong conviction that our borrower is a very committed borrowers, and they have genuine businesses, and they will not run away, or they would not default on their loans. The collection efficiency were affected because there was no means to communicate, as in like to go to the center meeting and collect money, because all our collection is in cash. So that was initially affected, but successively every month the collection efficiency has improved, and by March our collection efficiency was 96%. So all our borrowers who were not able to pay during the lockdown period came back and started paying. So we have not really seen too much of an impact, and we feel that even in the second wave, once the lockdowns ease and we are able to reach to the customers will come back and continue to repay, and they would like to retain a good credit bureau record, and they will service their loans definitely.
Interesting. And yours is more of a, people oriented business where people have to engage, enroll, connect, transact with each other. Now, in such kind of businesses, ultimately scalability also comes only when you have a technology in the back end which works technologically, which automates things, and at the same time, the front end has a more physical kind of approach because your rural customer demands that kind of outlook. So, from your perspective, how are you blending together the people and technology, and what kind of technologies have actually helped you to make your business better?
I think that's a very valid question, and this is something which is very close to our heart. During the pandemic and during the lockdown, one thing that we have learned is that we need to establish a better way to connect with our client in terms of when these environments are there and when there is a lockdown. So we have undertaken a major digital transformation journey, and this started even before the pandemic. We have developed technology. This is a software that we have developed in-house with a very capable IT team of ours. which basically allows completely sourcing the application from the last mile on a digital platform using a tab, and everything is done automatically. The QR code read on the Aadhaar card for all the information just by scanning it, and similarly the credit bureau and every all this information is put together in a credit scorecard, and the scorecard gives the output in terms of whether a loan or what amount of loan can be given to a customer or not. And ultimately, to service these loans, we have developed an in-house app which is called Mahila Mitra app. It is available on the Play Store. As of now, we have 4 lakh customers who have already downloaded it and they are transacting on it. So this app kind of enables the customer to interact with us seamlessly. They can repay their installments. They can request for a loan. They can put their grievances if there are any through this app. So major transformation has taken place. But as of today, 100% of our disbursement is done in digital format. All the money is disbursed directly into the customer's account. There is no digital, there is no cash that is used. And even on the collection side, we have made good progress with this app, and a little bit of an adoption from the client side. Almost 20% of our collection is coming through a digital format because we are dealing with the rural clients. So in our app business, or the app that we are helping our customers to download, it definitely requires a little bit of a assisted model. So where the customer needs to be educated, needs to be helped in a sense that how they have to use the app. But over the period of time, what we are seeing, that adoption is taking place and people are becoming savvy, and they are using this app. The first apprehension was that whether they would have any kind of smartphone at home, but we have quickly discovered that at least one phone is available in a household, and that is enough for us to kind of create a digital footprint at that household. And once they download the app and once the training is given, then they are happy to use the app. We are adequately incentivizing the use of digital modes also. That is how we are enabling more and more use. But the digital divide is getting lesser and lesser these days. People are accessing a lot of stuff, a lot of data is available free, consuming stuff of the internet. So they are becoming more savvy.
Has there been any change in the time taken for the turnaround time from a sourcing of a loan to that of disbursement of the loan? Has there been any major change?
Yeah, significant change has been made. So whole automation process, the whole digital journey was all about ensuring that on the customer side, we are able to offer value add. So before the app, we used to take around 7 to 8 days to decision a loan. Now within 3 days and sometime in 2 days, we can decision a loan and disburse a loan. So this is a significant improvement over the performance earlier, and this has really helped us. It's kind of a kind of a customer delight offering where customers are able to get to know about their outcome very quickly.
Interesting. This decision that you make takes about 3 days. Of course, does that contribute significantly to the turnover of the business also, right?
Yes, absolutely. We have been able to kind of increase our business and increase the number of customers that a field officer can manage and the files that he can source. So both on the productivity side and also on the business side, we have seen gains of this. And in going forward, we believe that it'll add at least 20 to 30% on our output, definitely.
And what is the typical ticket size of the business?
We our average ticket size is around 30,000. We start our loan from around 10,000 and we go up to around a lakh rupee of loan, but our average is around 30,000.
Fantastic. I think that's a very good balance between the ticket sizes and the kind of time taken. And I'm sure that would also help you in a better risk management when you have these technologies in.
We have a whole risk management team led by the CRO, and they have developed a rule-based engine, which is a credit scorecard, which has been developed with the help of leading credit bureau in the microfinance industry, which is Equifax. And the beauty of this scorecard is that it not only eliminates the bad customer, but it also helps us identify the customers who deserve larger exposure, and that helps us maximize our revenue. So we have invested quite heavily on this. But yeah, this business will remain kind of a, for lack of a better word, I can say phygital. There will be a little bit of a physical interaction with the customer and lot of digital, but definitely a lot more digital we will see.
Fantastic. And before we end, I would definitely like to know what is the wish list from business and from technology standpoint that you would like to see to happen in this business.
We understand the rural household quite well, and the rural household and the rural customer that we are dealing as very aspirational. And with the advent of technology and their exposure, with everybody having a YouTube access, their aspirations are even more. So what we want to do is, and what we want to do is to provide life cycle needs of product to the customer, from a small loan that we are giving 10,000 loan to a kind of a two-wheeler loan to a house home finance kind of a product. We want to offer all of that to our customers. And our short-term goal is to kind of ensure that we are able to kind of bridge this digital divide and make those customers more digital savvy, and they are able to demand and determine their future on their own. So whatever loan right now, the product that we offer is more driven from our side. We reach out to the customer and prospect them. We want to be in a situation that where customers are able to kind of request their loan, and we are able to reach out to them seamlessly. And I believe we are not too far away. I think it's a matter of maybe 6 months to 1 year where we would be in a situation where customers would be directly determining when they want to draw on a line or when they don't want to.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Sadaf, for a wonderful conversation with us. And we would look forward to know more from you, learn a lot from you more based on your experiences, and look forward to wish you all the success for the interesting plans that you have in mind. And we will have more such wonderful conversations moving forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you, Banking Frontier, for having me. Thank you very much.
Thanks.